remember buying a 45 of Jim Stafford's Swamp Witch, and bought my Turner Overdrive record around that time, and Dark Side of the Moon. That was one of the first records. My dad had it, and I had heard it, and I had heard my dad playing it, so I wanted my own copy of that. And Goodbye Yellow Brick Road by Elton John, that was a big one. I'm dating hell down, but I started buying records around 73, 74, and I was about 8, and got a pretty decent stereo like for my birthday when I was in 5th grade, and from then on it was like, you know, every Friday when I'd get out of school, I'd want to make a beeline for the record store. I'd save my lunch money, and I wouldn't eat lunch at school. I would like sneak a lunch without anyone knowing, and so I could pocket my lunch money and buy records with it. And then I got old enough to cut grass, and I bought records with that. And when I turned 16, they hired me to work at a record store, and I worked at a record store for about 5 years, and now I play in a band. Yeah, I lived in a real conservative Bible Belt town, but because at that time it was so Bible Belt, they weren't really aware of a lot of the youth culture going on, so we had this kind of like record store slash head shop called The Turning Point. And you go in, it's sort of smoky and a lot of incense burning, you know, and as a kid my imagination was full of what all they had to be doing in the back room. Well, I mean, if you go to Best Buy and ask the clerk, you know, what's good this week, you know, you go home with something by, you know, whoever this year's Britney Spears is or something. I mean, it's not, you know, you're not going to get the same kind of, you know, the record store, it's a personal thing. It's you know, used to buying records, it was kind of a more, it wasn't all so corporatized, and you know, I mean, when I worked at the record store, you know, I had probably 30 customers that I knew by name that would, you know, I knew how their taste ran, so I would tip them off to things that I would think they'd like, and you know, and because of that, people would get exposed to more and more music, and you know, now a lot of people still want to buy new records, and they still want to be turned on to new music, but they don't know where to go. I mean, they turn on the radio and they hear crap, because that's all the radio, and it's usually the same 10 songs over and over. It's all the radio stations play, and you know, some towns don't have music venues where cool bands come and play, you know, on a regular basis, you know, and especially if you live more in like middle America or in more rural areas, there's nothing, it's a void, and Best Buys ain't gonna fill it.